Here's how to use Emergent AI Web and App Builder. Let's get to it. So over here on Emergent.sh, you need to sign up for an account and log into it. So there is a link in the description. You can go through that and sign up for one. So once you're here, you will be able to type in a prompt on this prompt bar. If you're not sure what prompt to type in, you can click on these examples on the bottom, like Ideal Logger. Just press on it and it's going to add a prompt. You can click on this on the right hand side in order to change these example prompts. You can also click on the Surprise Me in order to add different prompts here. They also got this mold bot, which is now called OpenClaw. If you want to install it on Emergent.sh, you can do that as well. I'll make a separate video on it. You can check it out at the end in a playlist. Now, once you've done it, once you have added the prompt on the bottom here of this prompt bar, you're going to find attach files and images. This is useful if you want to attach a logo or an image to your web app. You can do that. Also, once your app is built, you can save that app to GitHub. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So this is their agent, which is going to help you build an app. You can switch from E1 to E2. There's also this mobile, which is an agent for mobile apps. So you can switch to it like this. Next to it, you've got Ultra. So the agent is going to reason deeply through complex problems. But if you enable it, it's going to ask you to upgrade to a higher plan, which is the Pro plan. There's this option of changing the AI in it. So you can click on it. You can change to Claude 4.5 or Gemini 3 Pro or GPT 5.2 Codex. These Pro ones require you to upgrade to the Pro plan. Next to here, you've got Advanced Control. You can click on it. You can select MCP tools, but these all require you to go for the Pro plan. This thing, you can reduce the number of credits. So this currently takes 25 credits. So if you click on this send button, it's going to take your 25 credits out of your total balance. Now, if you reduce it, like make it 10 credits, the app that is built is just going to take like 10 credits out of your total balance. If you're not sure where you can see your balance, it's over here on the top right. Just press on it, the star button, and you're going to see your available credits. The free credits that you get, it's like 10 credits monthly, and you also get your monthly credits if you have upgraded to a paid plan. If you're on standard plan, you'll get a total of 60 credits per month. Yeah, this budgets thing is good to know. So if you just press on the send button without going over to this advanced controls and setting the budget down, it would take 25 credits. But if you set the budget down, it's going to take 10 credits. If you scroll down, you're going to find your recent tasks. So I've got these two apps that I've built, also deployed one of these apps over here. So you can click on these three dots on the right hand side and you can rename this task, move it to a project, or delete it from here. Now let's scroll down even more. You've got Showcase. So these are apps that are built by the community. So you can remix them. You can take a look at them as well. So let's click on Preview here. You can copy the credentials. So they have got this demo credentials here. We're going to sign in. You can take a look at these apps that are built by community. You can roam around inside it. And if you like it and you want to copy it for your project, you can click on this remix this template and you can do it. All right, now once you're ready, we just press on the send button in order to create it. I'm going to go inside my recent task, click on it. Now this was the prompt that I gave Emergent AI in order to create this web app that you see on the right hand side. Now, if I scroll down, it's going to ask me for some information like the design style preference, the user authentication, what type of user authentication you need for the app, the categorization approach, and a lot more. So all I did was I just gave it a simple answer in the message agent tab over here, clean, similar to Notion for the first question. Emergent managed Google social login. So they have got this own social login by Emergent. So you do not need to set up social login keys, etc. It's going to be through Emergent itself. Then there's this third question, categorization approach. I just went with the both custom user-defined categories and predefined categories, both of them. Then there was this fourth question that it asked me, additional features that you'd like. I said A and B, so this and this, timestamps and priority levels for ideas. Then there was this fifth question, which said that, okay, what color scheme or theme preference you have. I said theme toggle, which would allow anyone to toggle between light and dark mode. So this was what I did. And it said, okay, we're going to create it perfect. Once the agent has completed the app building process, it's going to show up this on the left hand side at the end of the chat. You can deploy the app or you can preview it. On the right hand side, you'll be able to see the app and you can play around with it. You've got this theme switcher. I can switch from light mode and dark mode, create my first idea here like this, create idea, and it's going to be created. Everything is working perfectly over here. I can also set up new categories, create my own user-defined categories, and a lot more. Then I can also log out from here. Just press on it to log out, and you can continue with Google. Log in. It's going to take us over here, continue with Google again, and there you go. We signed back in with the Emergent AI social login option. So we go back to Emergent AI again, back to my app. Now, you may be wondering, how do I download the code? So if you press on this, so it was in preview option, I just press on this close button, and I will see these options over here on the top right. I can redeploy, preview, and code. So just press on this code, and it's going to give us this pop-up. So this is Virtual Studio code link. I can copy this link, open a new tab, and paste it. Now it's going to initialize the environment, and it's going to take us over to the Virtual Studio page. If you do not see this, it probably means you have not yet signed in. It would give you an option to enter in a password. For getting that, it's over here, password, just copy it and paste it there, and you would be able to see this page. Once you see it, you're going to see all these code files. You can right-click and download them, or you can upload and such. If you want to download everything together, if you want to zip all the files in one .zip format and you want to download it to your computer, what you should do is on the left-hand side, go over to extensions, and over here, search for zipper. Take this first extension and enable it for your Virtual Studio Code. So just click on it and you'll find this install button over here. It's currently in uninstall because I've already installed it. So we go over to our Explorer on the left-hand side, and we just need to select one of these, like over here, select it, and then left shift, hold the left shift and select this last file. And it's going to select all the files. Now, all you need to do is just right click and compress it, which is going to compress it in a .zip file like over here. Now you just need to right click it and download it to your computer, which is going to download the .zip file to your computer. All right, next up, you can connect GitHub to Emergent AI. In order to do that, it's going to be available here on the top right. Click on this profile button and you're going to find connect to GitHub over here. You just need to press on it and initialize your GitHub with Emergent AI, and then it's going to be connected. After that, you should be able to save this project, all the code files in it, to your GitHub account. So you can add it to a repository. I can just press on the save button on the bottom, and in save to GitHub, I can select the connected organizations and the selected repository. So it's currently in solving, but I'm going to create a new repository. So I'm going to click on this create new button. And on the left-hand side, I can add something like this, solving you. New repository will be created and your current changes will be pushed to it. Great. So let's just press on this create and push to GitHub button. And that's it. Now our files are saved to GitHub. So I can click on this view on GitHub over here. Now on the top left, you're going to find the code button, press on it, and then you can download the zip file to your computer. It's going to download all the code files in a .zip format. It's just like this thing we did in Virtual Studio, but this time we are using the GitHub. The Virtual Studio, it was for free, but in GitHub, you do need to upgrade to the paid plan in order to save it to GitHub, and then you can do it. So this is a paid option of downloading code files. Now, once you've made the app, you can deploy it. So just press on it, deploy button. This deployment would take 50 credits out of your total balance. So in order to make this app, it took, I think, 9 credits. The monthly credits were 50, which they took as well, because in order to deploy it that way. And each month you need to have 50 credits in your balance in order to keep your app active. Because what they do is they're going to assign you some resources when you deploy. So they do provide you some virtual resources. It's like a VPS, cloud VPS, and you get 0.05 virtual CPU and 200 MB RAM. You can upgrade these resources from here. And if you move on to a higher resource like grow or scale, each of them will have a higher credit requirements. So 225 credits per month. So you need to have 225 credits per month in your balance in order to keep your app active. If you go with the Grow plan, scroll down, you'll find database. You can access the database by clicking over here. It's going to take you over to this MongoDB viewer. Just press on sign in with Google. Continue with Google. Next up, it's going to ask you for the MongoDB URL. Now, where would we find it? We just go back to Emergent, scroll down, you'll find env variables. Click on it, scroll down again, you'll find Mongo URL over here. Just press on this eye icon and you're going to find your Mongo URL. Just copy it, go back here in MongoDB viewer and paste it. Now let's press on this connect button. And there you go, we are now inside the database of our app. And you can move around here, go to user sessions, categories, etc. If you don't see this like I'm seeing here, you probably need to refresh it a few times because I had to do it. It was not showing up anything. On the top right, you can click here, change the theme, disconnect database, and log out. If you want to delete one of these database fields, you can press on this edit button and you can click on these bin icons in order to delete the documents. You can also copy documents and copy ID from here. We go back to Emergent. And next up, you can connect a custom domain. I'm going to unlink the domain from here. It's very easy to connect a custom domain. I've made multiple guides on it, on how to connect Porkbun, GoDaddy, or other major third-party domain providers. I've made videos on it. You can check it out at the end on the right-hand side in a playlist. Over here, all you need to do is just click link domain, and you just need to enter in the domain here, the .com or .co, whatever you have. And then you can click on auto link domain, which is going to allow you to link the domain automatically. But you do need to provide your credentials if they detect it's on Namecheap. You need to provide the username and password of Namecheap. If you do not want to do it automatically, you can just press on this link manually. And then they're going to provide you these DNS records that you need to put it inside the DNS page of your domain provider. If you're on Namecheap, you need to go inside the domains list and then click on manage on the right hand side. Then over here, you need to click on this advanced DNS. And after that, you need to enter in the DNS records that you see on Emergent over here, one by one. So you need to click on this add new record and then select a record and then a record again for the second field, this one, and the CNAME record as well. And just need to press on the save changes for each of them. Once you do, it's going to show up like this over here. Once done, all you need to do is just press on I've added DNS records and it should be linked. It should take up a few minutes to propagate and then it should be linked over here. You can redeploy it. If you have made some changes, you can redeploy it. I don't think it's going to take more credits from you in the redeployment process. Then you'll see this shutdown option. If you do not want this app to take your credits, you can click here and it's going to get your credits back. You can take your credits back. So it's live for 2 days since last charge. So you currently have got 46 credits that you can get back. If you want to do that, you can do it. So credits charged will be 50 and utilized since last charge -4. So each day is going to take 2 credits. So we can get 46 credits back if I press on this confirm shutdown. I can click on this domain and it's going to take us over to the live app over here that I showed you before. If you notice there is any issues with the app, you can click on this fix with agent and it's going to diagnose and fix it with AI. Now, maybe you want to cancel your subscription and you're done with Emergent AI. In order to do that, you can press here, the star icon, and then click on manage your subscription. Scroll down and you're going to find this cancel your subscription over here. You just need to click on it once and it's going to cancel it. And you're going to get an email like this from Team Razorpay. It will say your subscription has been canceled by Emergent Labs. Your subscription ID is going to show up over here and no charge attempts will be made on your account after 11th March. To say something different here, but will not be charged after this date. If you want to buy more credits, just press over here and then buy it. Tried setting a custom amount like 500, but it's not possible. The minimum should be this, and you need to buy this minimum. If you go over it, like I can set 1,800, and that should be good, but 100 which is currently, you can see it in rupees, but it should be like $1.2 or something. You cannot do it. You do need to pay this minimum amount. They've also got this button on the top right, the gift icon. You can give your referral link to someone else, and when they join, you will get 50 credits on their first subscription. That is also something that you can do. If you've got friends, you can share that link with others and you'll get 50 credits each time they upgrade to a paid plan. Also on the top right, you can click here and you'll find account settings. On the left hand side, you'll find universal key. So this is a key that is given to you by Emergent AI in order to use these LLM providers. You can regenerate it or disable it from here. You can add more balance to it. This is an auto recharge option. You can disable it from here. And on the top here, you'll find LLM providers. You can click on it and you can decide which AI models this key can access. So if you do not want to use GPT, the chat GPT, you can just disable it from here, and Gemini as well. If you just want to use Claude, there's also this manage agents, which would require you to upgrade to a pro plan, sub agents, and MCP tools. This was the same thing that we did in Start. But yeah, these would require you to upgrade to a pro plan as well. Also, you can click over here to create a new project. And on the top right, you can click here and hover on this button and you can create a new project from here as well. Add a project name, create project. And yeah, I think that's it. I've shown you all the things that I've tested out and that I can access to inside Emergent AI. This is how to use Emergent AI. I hope this video helped. If it did, let me know with a like and comment. And on the right hand side, you can find more Emergent AI related guides and fixes. See you there. Bye for now.